Early afternoon. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future DigiByte OG. Well, Tom, why the hell do you have sand out and why the hell should we care? Because this is a great teaching moment, ladies and gentlemen. I've been in a short position 20x and it's not up by much. It's not up much at all right here. I'll talk about the rest of my trades earlier because I have managed to build my KuCoin account up from $600 and something $800 I had in here when I started. But I put in a short trade here. I'm up 12.3 or 12.1%. Stop loss I put on the 2.83222 when I was up, and it was down to $2.81. And the reason I did that is I had a feeling that because we had a cross in the 3-minute that they were going to try to liquidate the shorts that were in the money. And look what happened. It just missed my liquidating me. And KuCoin's price is a little different here than TradingView, so it didn't go all the way up there. On there, it only went up to 283.1. It's a little bit lower. So it just missed. I mean, when I say missed liquidating me, it just missed. But I had a strange feeling they were going to do something like that if this was going to continue down, because we did have a bearish cross in sand in the 3-minute, but I'm not convinced that it's just going to go right down. They might try another attempt to liquidate people who are in the short position, because that's a bear flag. It was a breakdown on a W that turned into a fake out and a bear flag. And if this plays out, you know, there's a reason why they want to liquidate my position right now, because it's going to come all the way down here. And it could come all the way down into the 277, but on a 20x leverage, $650 trade, you know, that's like trading $12,000. So they're trying their damnedest to get me out, but I haven't fallen for it yet, but they're trying. There's nothing I can do if it liquidates my position. But you also want to make sure you're still in the profit, because I could always buy a short from up here, but you know, that's to be determined if this were to come out and liquidate my long, which I'm hoping it doesn't, because I think Bitcoin is about to come down, because you see Bitcoin liquidated its shorts, and the bullish or bearish divergence hadn't finished yet in sand, just like it did in sand, but the 3-minute had already crossed, so it's a dead giveaway that we still have to go down. And then, you know, it's like, okay, well, since they tried that, I'm going to turn off my stop loss in front of you so you guys can see how easy it is on KuCoin to put back on. So take profit. I want to do it at $2.83. And since they're going to go try to liquidate us, $2.83.5, give it a little bit of room. Still $32 in the money. Confirm. Now I have no risk. Now, at worst, I still make $32 on this trade. Sure, it's not $62 right now. But now I'm giving it time if they're going to try to hunt this liquidation here. I'm not going to let them do it without a fight with me. So I'm going to go way up here and make them hunt me. But I'm not going to let them bully me out to where, because I could always rebuy back in once it breaks back down. It's just I'm not going to let them force me out without some real work. So they're going to have to get me up there. And then that might end up triggering some long sales, because look how far up it would go. You know, people might long it, and then it might fuck everything up. So we'll see what happens, but I wanted to do one in real time. This is also for my Dogecoin and U community, and why I don't think this is going to break out. It could, but look at that volume. You had one big candle spike, but a lot of that was the pull down. So even though that was a green candle, it should really be red. It pulled down with a lot of red volume to finish that off, and then you worked into it. Now you have this fake out that could come back up, but it doesn't look like there's much here. So, you know, I want to see how it plays out, but I want you guys to understand how when you leverage, you have to do it in certain ways. And you guys, some of you seen me in the Shiba long trade earlier, which I did very well on. I made like $100 and something. I bought it at 2624 and sold it at 2695. I could have got 2724, but I was at the store and I never got it. But now we're starting kind of like trying to start a bullish cross here, but when you look at some of these time frames, some of the bigger time frames, we have bigger divergences. So we're going to see what happens here. And we've already started a bearish divergence in the 15. So to me, it feels like we're about to go down market wide, guys. And that's why I did this update. I just hope I don't get bullied out of my short position, because you got to be smart at the end of the day. You still got to make sure you have a nice profit. And even if I don't get, you know, the maximum potential here, $44 is $44, and not that. So instead of worrying about losing money, now I'm worrying about being pushed out of a position. It's a lot different feeling when you end up using the tools to your advantage. So, and I like to do these live in the flow updates sometimes, and obviously I'm busy, but that's never too busy for you guys. So Bitcoin, same thing. Bitcoin's trying to break out of this, but when you have violent wick pull downs like that, that is not a good sign, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like a huge trap because we haven't completed the bearish divergence. Yes, Julie. Hold on, I'm just finishing this update. You're okay. I love you. So this looks like a fake out here because we have to finish this divergence. It really, you know, we've already crossed the 20 and 50, and the 50 has crossed the 100. So this is not done. This is a fake out, and it looks like a right arm, and they really tried to fake people out. And now, if it pulls back through, there's going to be no buyers left. That exhausted the buy orders with people who thought it could have been a double bottom there. And I don't blame them, because that's technically a double bottom area. But right now, it looks very bearish, and I don't want anybody to get trapped until it proves you to get back in the market. This would be, but also don't get bullied out if it's time to stay in the market as well. Not everything... You know, it's not guaranteed to break down. So we have Matic at $1.41.5. If we look at it in the 30-minute, it's trying to stay supported on it. It's just the immediate short term is what scares me right now. Only the immediate short term. Not when we go out longer. It's just we created a bearish divergence in the 3-minute even on Matic. So to me, it feels like we're just going to come down and reconsolidate. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we're going to come down here and maybe try to make this the next level at $1.39.8. Don't quote me, but that's what it feels like with Matic. So since I did that with Matic, what it feels like to me with Sand is it's just trying to come down here to the next level. That's it. It's trying to come down here to about $2.80. Not a much bigger move than it's at now. And I feel like it's bullying people out here in the 3-minute to try to get people to not be in this move. And by the end of the update, whether I'm in this or not, because I upped it to 283.5, which I had the ability to because I bought in at 284.222 on 20x leverage because it was on the way down from hitting the... It was when the 1-minute cross and started the bearish cross in the 1-minute. And then I seen the 3-minute bearish cross, and now I'm trying to... This is how you go for the home run with house money is what they call it. I'm going for a home run with house money with no risk attached. You can't beat that feeling. Shiba's trying, and I emphasize trying. It's just, it's crossed so many ways now. It's got to complete some divergences here. That's what made me sell because I looked at it and I'm like, oh shit. I really did. I looked at it and I'm like, I got to take this profit because it really looks like it's going to come down because it could come down and make this a double bottom at 2508. You know, we don't know. Or that 2470 area. You know, we'll put it right here, but I really think it might come back down there. Or it could do a double bottom here, which would be make perfect sense. Now, if you have shares and you're just waiting for Shiba and you love it, when it goes down, buy more. It's that simple. This is from a leverage position with some of this. And it helps you trade in the 1-minute as well. ADA. In the 15, it's trying to hold. It really is. The 5-minute, it didn't even pull down for the divergence. It's just, in all of these, the 3-minute, even with ADA, the divergence haven't completed. So when you see this, a lot of times in these short-term divergences, they will complete, but allow the 2-hour and 3-hour bullish divergence to continue. This is just considered a, you know, we're going back and forth, but we're trying to liquidate out some of these positions so we can continue our run. That's what it feels like to me. There's not a lot of volume. I mean, that's the one thing. There is not a lot of volume here, and Bitcoin is struggling at this area. But it never finished that bearish divergence. So until we get back under the 20-day, you know, it's just, that's a huge red flag. When you see a wick that big, that means that we're exhausted. That means there were so many people up here that said, once it gets to 41, I'm out. You know, they were so happy to get out in the 1-minute. Like, that's how many people... So now to try to get all those people, we just had a flurry of buys, and those people are like, out. Now to get another flurry of buys like that is going to be very difficult. You could get a little bit of a flurry, but I don't think it's going to be as great. Just like with sand, every time it's a little bit less, right? It's a little bit less. And the volume's dying off each run up, and that tells me it's very bearish. And we had this talk in my Telegram when it was up here and I didn't sell, and I had my stop loss at $2.84, and it would have gave me $11. Because I knew that it still had another move, and that's how I feel here. I feel like this is another fake out, and it's going to drop off. I can't help it. If I'm wrong, I still make money. because of where my position is and how I have the stop loss set up. I hope I'm right, though. I hope the 3-minute plays out. And then I get to do this in the 5-minute time cycle, because once you get to do this, it gets fun. It really does. It's like gambling and having... So, in the 1 minute, you can see it looks like we're building a head and shoulders with Bitcoin. How high does it go? Maybe to here? I like doing it in the 1 minute as well. So here, what are we building? Boom, boom. Maybe up to here and double top. I did give it plenty of room to come up here. I hope it doesn't liquidate me. Remember, I upped my stop loss so that I wouldn't get liquidated. And look, this is the liquidity flush right now. It's almost got me out right now from before I moved it up. And there's no volume, and it's really going to try to do this. Like, look how low the volume is. That's a dead giveaway. That there's nothing here. It's like, all right, where's Tom's, where's his liquidity price? Oh, right there. We're going to get him. We're going to get that bastard. Told you I'm going to make him work for it. We're going to watch it live. So now we've got Bitcoin at 41,000. We've got XRP at 71,918. And it's in the exact same situation as the one I just showed you. There's no volume on this push-up, and that is very scary. Look at the sell volume and look at this push-up volume. There is nothing. And yeah, I'm in the 1 minute because we're looking at the short term, and then we're building it into a longer pattern. So we haven't even completed the bearish divergence in the 1 minute is my point. In the 1 minute, when you come through the 20 and 50, you're coming through the 200, or the 50 and the 100, you're coming through the 200. Because now the 200 has to get below the 50, or the 100 needs to come below the 50. Well, not the 50, but we have to come through. So now the 20 is going to come through the 200, then the 50 is going to come through the 200, then the 100 is going to come through the 200, then it'll be lined up 20, 50, 100, 200 for the run back up. That's what I'm seeing right here. That's what my mind's seeing. And I think I'm right. So I want you guys to see it in real time. I got to go, though, because I got to bring Julie some stuff. So, and then with XLM, it's the same thing as I was showing you. We have this bearish divergence completed in the 1 minute, but the 3 minute hasn't completed. And we started one in the 5 minutes. So for me to think, oh, this isn't done yet, I think that all of these are, XLM's just slightly ahead. I mean, slightly ahead. It's not much, but it's slightly ahead, right? And then with DGB, I mean, the 3 minute already crossed just now. I mean, I want you guys to heed my warnings, just in case you're looking to buy a position. You're going to get a better price here in the immediate short term. I don't know how much better of a price, but it could go down some 3 to 5% here. Because I think Bitcoin's, what's really happening here is this is a bailout W. Unfortunately, and we've seen these before with Bitcoin. It actually turned itself into a head and shoulders by having this fake out here. And now Bitcoin will probably retest, and you'll end up coming down here probably. If I had to guess. Maybe the 40,400, but it depends how far the divergence comes through. So yeah, the 5 minute I could see. So if the 5 minute played through, but in the 3 minute, if that's all that played through, yeah, same area. So your next thing with Bitcoin is you're probably going to have, if it comes down, right, that's probably what would happen. It might not go all the way to 40,800, but that's just kind of showing you the overextension there. Because we've already actually technically created the right, or the top part of this. So just pay attention to this update because it's fascinating. And like, I'm showing you something in real time. You got all these other people on YouTube, when shit's falling or going up, they're never here. I'm in a live trade. Like, I can prove to you that I'm using the strategy. It's up 12.81%. I have $705 on this right now is what this is worth if I were to sell right now. I have my trading account because I don't want to put all of it in there. I have $500 to the side that I built up, and I keep throwing it into USDT after I do it. So if I make a couple $100 and this is up to $700, then $1,000. This is my bank. This trading account is my bank. I put it in here. This is like my bank. So now I've got $500. And when I first transferred money over here, I only had $800 because I did $500 in Bitcoin, and well, it was a little bit more than $500 to cover the fee. And then I did $300 in XRP, and it was a little more than that. So it was like $812 I think I had. But now, instead of having $812, I have $500 to the side, right? And I have $700. So now I'm at $1,200. So now I'm up 33% on my, or what is that? Yeah, 33%. I've made in 2 days over where I was at. But I'm doing it very conservatively. Notice I don't have, people are like, well, why don't you put all your money in? Well, because I'm not going to put all my money in. What if this goes to shit and I lose some money? I didn't know I was going to be up right away. I thought I would be. I thought I would be in a position where I could do something like this. But if it all went to shit and I lost $200, well, at least I still had the 500 to the side and the 1,000 total, you know, to work with, to try to pick myself and dust myself off. I made a terrible short when I first started doing this. I bought one, I didn't know what I was doing, and I put all $800 in. I went right down to $250 because I accidentally sold out when I was trying to figure out what I was doing with the stop loss. And the whole point was to put the stop loss at 75% since I was already down like 72%. Because then I could have made a 25% left and had a miracle push. And then I could have had one good trade and then turned it into a second one, and then I'm back to even. Well, instead I sold out outright, and I was so pissed. And then I bought Shiba and made $200 and something last night. Bought Shiba again this morning. You guys seen it. I put $250 in it again, and it turned into $400. Then I made a little XLM trade. And before I knew it, I was up to like, back up to like 1,000 or something. And now I got, or 1,100. And now I got into this trade, and I put 500 to the side, and I took 600 and whatever I had the trade is worth. I don't know what I put in, 610, 615. But I kept 40-something% to the side. And now this trade is also paying off. And I'm not stressing out because I've already built my account up. I've got my real positions in Shiba on Uphold. I did, like I told you guys, I took $1,000 out of Uphold because I was thinking about what I said, and I bought silver. I can't wait. I'm going to show you guys when it comes in. I bought $1,000 in silver. Literally, I took $1,000 off of Uphold after we talked about this. And I'm going to try to build it up through the leverage trading so I don't have to have big chunks of money. So it's so crazy, some of the things you can do, but you can also lose a lot of money real quick. And I don't advise anybody to go over 2x. 2x to 5x unless you have the in-depth abilities like I do in the 1 minute. If you can't trade the 1 minute, you're going to get wrecked on a 20x. I hate to break it to you, but you're trading at 20 times the speed. So to me, since I understand the 1 minute, I can do it. So that's this update. I got to go help Julie. DGB is the same way. Like I said, we're doing these bearish crosses in the 3 minute. It's coming up to test the 20 minute or the 20 day. I mean, it's almost, what do you call it? See, look at sand. Told you it'd come back up there one more time. On no volume, guys. Look at that volume profile. Look at all that sell volume and look at the buy volume. It's non-existent. I want to exit, but I want to see how this ends. Because it might bully me out here with no fucking volume. Can you believe that? Yeah, it's going to have to do more work than that because I don't even care about making the profit on this one. It hasn't done my move yet. But I'm definitely not going to lose. So, I'm going to have to do this very quickly, though. I don't want to take profit. What do you do? Stop loss, 283.5. It's at 283.1. I'm going to take this off. And now I want to take profit, stop loss. And I'm going to make it work for it. So it keeps me $20 in the profit. But it's working for this. I'm telling you, it's going to work to get me out of this with this volume profile. Because now it's going to have to come back above this M. And you guys might think I'm stupid or whatever, but that's still $20 profit on this trade. And I'm making it work. There's no volume here. It better work the fuck to get me out of this trade. I'm dead serious. It's going to work to get me out of this trade. I'm not going to give up a rollover on this one. The funny thing is it didn't even trigger my 282.5, but I want to make it work. So XRP Future Millionaire, Dogecoin and you. Make sure you hit that like button. Join my Telegrams, $9.99 a month. You get exclusive trading with me, XRP Future Millionaire. I tell you the patterns. We have classes Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then if you want to go deeper, you join my swing trading community on my Dogecoin and you swing trade with me.